Hello everybody, this is Spriggan Webb back here with another What If. Well, with part 2 of What If Deku had the Red and White Dragon Emperors. And others. Okay, let's get with some lore, since this is going to be, maybe half of Season 2. Some more that I should get behind. This is going to be, instead of it being the twin heavenly dragons, it's going to be the tri-heavenly dragons. So it being the red dragon, white dragon, and the purple dragon. So, instead of it being only Dragon Albion, it'll be. Then there was also going to be a third dragon, which would be the purple dragon emperor. His name, Zephyr. He's the purple dragon emperor. Well, that's the name of the purple dragon emperor. The purple dragon emperor is still going to be Vali. Let's get into the purple dragon emperor's powers. Also, his sacred gear object is a helmet. Also, so his powers are creating skills and also copying skills from things that he's seen. So he's been able to copy the boosting part of the boosted gear and the divine dividing power. Okay, let's start off with season 2. We start off this with from like after we start off where season 2 started off with Izuku waking up with Rias's tits in his face. And then we get to the part where Arcia comes to tell them about the training, with Rias then saying that they aren't dressed yet, with then Arcia barging into the room and taking her clothes off, since she doesn't want to be left out. Then we get to the part where it's breakfast, and it's only Inko, since Sasashi isn't around. But Inko will be with someone in the future. And then we get to the part where Rias asks if they can hold the meeting there, at the house, since the occult research club is the place that they meet up is going under maintenance. And then we skip to that part, which is when they're all meeting up, which is when Inko comes in with food and Izuku's baby photos. Izuku uses some speed that he has from the dragons, as well as a little bit of one for all, and rushes at the photos, grabbing them out of Inko's hands, saying that nobody is seeing what I looked like before I got my scar. And I mean no one. And then he leaves the room for a short second and takes out all the pictures of him with with all the pictures of him that had him with no scar, except one, which is when we skip to the part where Kiba asked Izuku about the holy sword thing, saying that's a holy sword, and then with Izuku realizing that it is, since he can actually tell what's a holy sword and what's not, since from the golden angel dragon emperor. Also, some of the dragons that I came up with, most of the dragons that are in this, I came up with, like the ones that you don't hear in the actual anime. Those are the ones that I've come up with, like the green dragon emperor. He's my own creation. Then we get to the part where Kiba is realizing what his actual purpose is. And then we get to the part where Zenobia. Actually, no, it's not that part. Give me a second. Oh yes, then we get to the part where Izuku's getting his regular clients. Oh no, also so the same for everybody is like for the amount of people that they've made contracts with, and also instead of Izuku having 0, he has 20, which everybody is impressed with. And then we skip to the part where he goes to his regular one, which is Azazel. And then they make a contract for since it's only a drink, and he actually did drink the beer or whatever it was. Since his dragons he has a dragon stomach, which means he has a better immune system, so he can actually handle alcohol. Then we get to the part where they make their deal. So since he said it was only a drink, that he would take, and with him looking around the room and spotting a chandelier on the roof, saying that he wants some of the all the crystals that are like hanging around the chandelier. With Azazel being, really? And him replying yes. So I've chosen these crystals for a reason, which I'll get into later. Then we get to the part where once he's like going back, Rias calls him, like telling him to meet up at that place to like defeat a stray devil. With then Izuku going there and her saying that like saying all the plan with Kiba like zoning out, and with also Izuku saying that if the stray devil doesn't come out within the few minutes, that he's most likely killed it already. Which then they lead it outside with Izuku telling Kiba to like snap out of it. And then we get to the part where Ria slaps Kiba for having his mind in the gutter. Then we get to the part where he's leaving, and Izuku runs up to him, saying, "Aren't they friends?" And Kiba saying like the whole thing in canon. Then we get to the part where, sorry if I don't explain it all, it's because I've forgotten parts of it. Then we get to the part where Sona tells Rias that there's gonna be people from the Holy Church visiting tomorrow. The next day. Then we get to the part where Issei and Arcia are walking back to their house, with then them walking in and seeing Zenobia and Irina. With then him with Inko saying that it's Irina from the picture from his past, with him then saying that he thought she was a girl. That she was a guy. With Inko saying to apologize. With then Izuku replying with, you've told me to be honest all my life. And he's just going with it. As what she said. And then we get to the part where they're leaving, and with them only caring that they're devils. Inside Izuku's mind, he's thinking that he's only 50% devil, the rest 25% human and 25% dragon. And then we get to the part where Rias is hugging him, like being glad that they're still alive. Then we get to the part where they meet the Irina and Exonia. I forgot her name. Sorry. Where they come to the Occult Research Club with them telling them to stay out of the way and like collecting the holy swords. And when they leave, this is when give me a second. With Xavier saying that with her realizing that Arcia, with her calling Arcia a witch, with this pissing Izuku off up to an extent where where he rushes at her, squeezing her by the neck, pinning her to a wall. With his other hand, he summons this scythe. This scythe is the sacred gear of the Dragon of Death. His name is actually Death. He was raised by Hades in the underworld, and pretty much his abilities are with a single slash he can wipe you out of existence, and he can also summon an undead army. And also his final ability is if he puts on a certain mode that if he slashes at you, it's only your mind that feels the pain. It makes you feel like your body's actually going through the pain, but your body isn't, your mind is. With him bringing this out, setting it to that mode, with him slashing at her arm, her screaming, feeling the pain, with her seeing that her arm isn't actually damaged, but she can still feel it. And he said that she better take it back, and he will relieve the pain. And she apologizes that straight away, and he just snaps, and the pain goes away. Then they challenge them to a fight. The same thing goes as in canon with Kiba coming in and them fighting. So it starts off with Izuku like Irina like slashing at Izuku, it landing in his arm. She thinking that this is gonna make him him quit the fight. With him just giving a smirk and with a single slash at the blade, it getting cut off. With the blade still being in his arm. Him taking it off and putting it like summoning the gold angel dragon emperor, feeding that to him, and then summoning the Excalibur of Mimicry. Xavier and Ina are shocked. Then he throws it back at her, saying that the one that she's holding is now broken, and that he bring a new one out and fixed it. With then him saying that it also wouldn't have done any damage to his bones. With him then summoning a small dagger and carving like the rest away around his skin, like around his arm. With him then pulling it back, showing his bone being infused with titanium and many other materials. With this and him just putting it back on and it healing. This is one of the things that he went through in his training. He chose to get a surgery which bound metal to his skeleton, like Wolverine, pretty much. With then everybody being shocked hearing this, and with then Kiba getting knocked out, with Izuku saying that he will gladly take them both on. With him then going Drake's Balance Breaker, with including the trident. This is the weapon that he gave Drake. Um, and then he starts fighting them, him winning without finishing them. And with that going, and then we get to the part where Kiba leaves again, and then we get to the part where Izuku and um comes up with the idea of going to make an agreement with the Holy Sword, the Exonia and Irina, and to also like to destroy the Excalibur that had been stolen. With then him getting I forgot his name, but he has the black, like the but the guy that Koniko and Issei rope into it, which is with them roping in Saji. With then when they get to finding Kiba, with him since Saji is still like against it, but when Kiba explains like his whole backstory, also like before, like when Kiba left, Rias explained the whole Holy Sword project thing. Then we cut back to where I was explaining before, when Saji was like once he hears Kiba's origins, he says that he's all in. But then when Rias was telling them about the whole Holy Sword project, Izuku got a flashback from memories that he repressed, since he wished he never went through them. Not being the scar, this being a completely different thing. So we get to the part and then Izuku pulls Kiba aside, with him saying that he also hates Volpa Galilei for what he did in the Holy Sword project, but not for the reasons that Kiba did. It's because Volpa is the reason that he lost his little sister, Izumi. In this one, Izuku had a little sister, but then she got taken away by Volpa. Then what happens is Kiba somewhat calms down a bit with Kiba asking him to ask for details on what she looked like. Him saying pretty much the exact same as Izuku, but with long green hair. Kiba remembering her, and then we get to the part where they something that I forgot to mention. They did find Ina and Exovia, and help them, since they were in dire situations. Since Irina bought a really cruddy since she thought it was like a holy man, but the guy that sold it to her was an absolute ass. Then we get to the part where they're telling each other that Exonia and Irina are saying that they should go after one and they'll go after the other. With then when they come across Freed, and then when Volpa comes out, Izuku's eyes turn pure red, including the white part, with him bringing out his scythe and going Red Dragon Emperor Balance Breaker with the White Dragon Emperor wings. Actually, no, he'll be going this. This is the White and Red Dragon Emperor fusion Balance Breaker form. This he obtained over his training. This is one of the drawings that I did. Also, then we get to the part. So he still also has the scythe out, and he rushes Volpa with him like getting out of the way, telling Free to start fighting him. With Izuku starting to fight Freed with slashes and slashes. Freed getting pushed back with each one. Then with them escaping. And then we skip to the part where Brias comes in, and when she does, it's right as they get away, which Izuku is absolutely pissed at himself for letting them get away. So he goes back into his human with his mask on, like putting his mask back on when he goes back into his human form. And then he brings out these two and tells them to transform into the like more scarier forms. With them saying with everybody still watching him, him telling them to attack him. Them being like shocked, and with him yelling at them again to attack him. Full strength, and then they start fighting, with Izuku landing out on the with the victory without him killing them, with them disappearing. With him then going up to a wall nearby, taking off his mask, and starts banging his head against the wall over and over and over. Like, every time he does it, it puts a hole in the wall. With then him calming down. And while he's doing it, he's saying, how could you let that bastard go? With then Rias coming over asking if he's okay. Him replying back with, no, he's not okay. He let the bastard who killed his little sister get away. With Rias being shocked, never hearing that Izuku had a little sister. With him then saying don't worry about it. And with that, he calms down fully. And with then Rias saying that they for them going rogue, that they need to get spanked. The whole thing the same as in the anime. With Koniko saying that she deserves one. Saying that she deserves them. With then Izuku saying that it was his plan to take it all out on him. With him just going on with the same thing as in canon. With Koniko getting one, and Issei getting the rest. Him being fine after. See, the thing is, throughout his the months that he was in training, he made it so then most of his body was numb. So, like, all his vital points, like his ass, and, like, his shoulders, and his chest, including his fist, and his hands, as well as his head. Which is why he can so easily break a hole in walls with only his head. And then we get to when Irina gets attacked, with Ria still sending out her familiar, with the familiar then finding the familiar finding her. And then what happens is them teleporting there, Freed coming out, with Izuku going fused form balance breaker with the scythe. And then he rushes at Freed, telling him to tell him where Volpa is. With then Kokobel coming out saying that he is currently dealing with something. With then him going on with the whole monologue with saying he's going to destroy the area, and him him teleporting to the school. Then Issei, with them all saying that they need to get back to the school quickly. Them with Issei telling them, Izuku telling them to rush there quickly, and then with him popping out the White Dragon Emperor wings and him rushing over there, with him having 10 of these blue scale fins on it. With him, this making him go there even faster. With it going back to 5, of these scales. Then they put up the barrier, and them going through the plan, with Rias telling them that the plan and how Issei is going to have to use Drake to boost and then transfer the power to them. Then we get to that point where he summons in the 3 Cerberuses, them fighting them, and then he boosts it up, telling Drake to let's use the anger that he has at the moment, and starts boosting, with it starting to go rapidly. Boost, 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 boost. This giving him a times 50 multiplier. Every time it's doing it, it's times 50, with him then starting to use one for 100%. It continually going boost, 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 even faster. With him then saying transferring it to Akino and Rias. This being as much stronger than it was in canon, but it still ends up with the same result, with them getting knocked off, and Izuku getting pissed. And then we get to the part where it's Izuku's turn to fight Kokobel. But before that, let's get to the part where Kiba is fighting Freed with Xavier. Her bringing out Durando, but then before that happens is Kiba unlocking the Holy Devil Sword. Him putting in that crystal that allows him to use holy swords, with then Izuku rushing over there, reminding still at this point Drake is still boosting, with him then transferring the power to Kiba, telling Kiba to get revenge for him and everybody else, and making sure it's painful for him, with then him walking away and to watch as Kiba destroys Freed and then kills Valpa, in the most painful way possible, him slashing off both of his arms and both of his legs. In Izuku's head, him wishing that it was him, that Izuku was killing Freed. With then what happens is we get to the part where Izuku's versing Kokobel, with him then saying that he's gonna kill everybody, with then Izuku going to one of his most powerful form, his 5th most powerful form, which is, it starts off with him bringing out Drake and all of his other gears. So Drake Drake, then the Green Dragon Emperor, then the Gold Dragon Emperor down his spine, then the Volcanic Dragon Emperor on his right shoulder, and the Golden Angel Dragon Emperor on his left shoulder. With him also bringing out Aqua on his chest and Dracula below it. Him bringing out, and with finally ending up with Albion, the wings popping out of his back. Him yelling, "Balance break." Turning into this. This is the him fusing all the dragons that he has. Him also having death in his scythe as a scythe, as a weapon. Everybody being shocked from him turning into this form. With him then saying to Kokobil that he has 5 minutes to beat him, or he will have to go even stronger. With then Kokobil and Izuku start fighting. Up until Vali with Velcor. With the Purple Dragon Emperor. Coming in, looking like this. This is the Purple Dragon Emperor Balance Breaker. With him then tearing Kokobil's wings off, saying how Azazel's are a much deeper shade of black. Oh, something that I should also mention. Rhea said that he could do whatever she wanted to him. Just noting, in this one, Izuku isn't a perv. He just, when he got turned into a devil, he got reincarnated as someone, something that I should mention, if I didn't mention this in the last part, he's been reincarnated from 2 people, which we'll get into, later. So one of them was powerful with 4 arms, and the other was a perv, which was the son of the Demon Lord at the time. If you know these characters, please don't spoil it for people that don't know them. Then we get to the part where Vali takes Kokobil to Azazel, with him then being frozen, and then we skip to the next day with Xavier becoming a part of the other night for Rias's Parage. And that will be it for this. That will be the end of this What If. Goodbye, and hope you enjoyed it.